Hey, y'all. It's me, Desiree. No. So I wanted to come here. Like, I was thinking about something, right? And y'all know I'm gonna just jump right into it because I don't know how to do intros and stuff. But anyways, yeah, I was like cleaning my kitchen and stuff. And I was sitting there thinking, and I don't know why, I had a lot of thoughts going through my head, right? But so I was thinking, and the first thing that came to mind, I started thinking about like oh, you know what? I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I don't know how I got to this thought. But the thought I remember saying, I was like, dang God, because it was like these memories started coming to my mind about prayers that God had answered, right? And so I was like, I said, dang God, you really be out here answering my prayers. Like, and then I had to laugh because it was almost like after I said that, it was like, yeah, and I'll be out here acting like, just throwing fits like he don't be answering me, right? And it made me realize that like it was like he was showing me, he was like all the times he's answered my prayers. And then it's like that person, right, where you do a whole lot for them, but the one time you tell them no, they throw a fit and act like you ain't never did nothing for them. And I began to realize, like, God was like showing me, like, that's how we be with him. Like, he be out here answering our prayers and stuff, but the moment he don't answer the moment he don't answer one, or he say wait, he say no, or he just don't even talk to you about it because he's not worried about that right now, we get mad. We want to throw in the towel. We like, see, this is why, like, we get all kinds of attitude and we forget about all the times he does answer our prayers, right? And so I started thinking about, like, I'm like, to the smallest things, right? It'd be the smallest things I ask for that are just so simple that he will answer. Like, for instance, today, right? And even yesterday, like, I've been having to do this a lot lately. And so I don't, because of different, how do I put this? Because of things that I'm dealing with that are affecting my health, I have a hard time having energy, right? Like, I can't do everyday tasks easily. And it's frustrating to me and overwhelming and stuff. So I've been in a place where I'm like I really have to pray, and like, I'm like, God, like, I need your help. Like, help me to have the energy and the strength to get up and to get out of bed and do this, or to be able to go do this, or to, leave the house and do the stuff that I need to do. And so, it's funny because it'll be like, I'll pray that, and then like almost instantly I'm starting to feel better. I'm getting out of bed, I'm getting ready, and then I'm doing stuff, right? And this happened 2 days in a row, but this isn't the first time it's happened. Like, he's been doing this for a really long time. Like, even I remember when I was dealing with my PMDD, and like I struggle with energy and like just mentally and emotionally, even with that, right? Whenever that time used to come. And I will have to pray. Like, I remember, and I think this is like all of us could kind of have those, especially as females, we have those moments where we wake up and we're getting ready and we just do not feel like, we're like, like, we just feel like, I'm not feeling myself today, right? And so I remember when I used to have those moments and I would pray, I was like, God, like, help me to see myself the way that you see me. Help me to love myself today and that type of stuff. And it'll be like almost instantly I'm in the mirror getting ready, like, that girl cute, like, but it was these little things and these little prayers that I would ask that I wouldn't, I guess up until now, that I didn't register in my mind that, like, yo, like, you just answered my prayer, right? Like, instantly, right? And then there's like been times where, say I feel drawn towards a person, right? And a person feels drawn towards me, like a guy or something, right? But I know that that's not who God has for me. And so now I'm like, okay, I see that emotionally we are starting to connect, but I know this isn't the one God has for me. So then I will pray, right? And I'll say, like, God, remove those feelings from me. all that stuff. And then I would pray for the other person, and I say, hey, and I was like, send them somebody who is good for them, somebody that they need, like the person you have for them, that can love them, that can give them this. Like, I just pray for that person, right? And then I swear, I kid y'all not, it'd be like a week or two later, all of a sudden, they all into somebody else. And then I would get mad, and I'd be like, almost said the N-word, sorry guys. I'd be like, these dudes, they just so fickle. How you in love with me one moment, and then the next moment, you all up under somebody else? Like, it don't make sense. And then God had to remind me, or I just answered your prayer. And I'm like, but why you don't be that fast with other prayers? Which he does, right? And so I guess what I'm saying is, like, a lot of times when in the areas that we want God to move speedily in, he doesn't, we have the tendency to think that he just doesn't, that he doesn't move suddenly. He doesn't move speedily. He doesn't answer our prayers. He don't, just because of that one or two or couple ones that he hasn't moved on yet, right? But when we look back at all the other ones and all the other little things that we prayed for and how he's come through, like how he's shown up and how he's always like made a way, it's like we have to, I guess what I'm learning is I have to learn to be grateful for those moments. And the ones that he hasn't done yet, or if he even said no, I have to be understanding of that, right? And I have to remember that he's still a God who answers prayers, regardless on if the one that I just asked for that didn't get an answer or was a no or a wait. He's still a God that answers prayers. You get what I'm saying? And so I just thought that was funny. I thought that was real funny as I was cleaning up, because I was like, I was just sitting there thinking, I was like, dang, you really do be out here answering prayers. Like, and I've seen people, like, I've even had conversations with people and stuff. And I think a lot of times when we're in like, people on the outside looking in can see your blessings better than you can. And so, like, because I've had conversations with people who they just be so upset, they be so angry, like, God just said, he be out here blessing everybody else and that, this and that, and doing this. And then I'm like, I don't know what you talking about, because I done seen him do this, and that in your life. Like, you got favored for this and that. And like, I see all this that God is doing in your life. So I'm like, how you gonna have the nerve to be mad? But then we're all guilty of it, right? We're all guilty of looking at how God is blessing other people, but not recognizing the blessings that he has for us, right? Or the way that he's blessing our lives. And so I think today and every day is a time where we should just start taking heed to that, right? Taking notice and remembering that, like, just because he said no, wait, or didn't speak to you on one thing, or even two or three, don't mean there wasn't 10, 20 other things that he answered. You get what I'm saying? Before that. And so, yeah, that's all I want to share. I guess that's just a little mini lesson I learned today. Crazy part is, the human in me is probably going to forget in a few days. Probably when he tell me no to something else. But you know what? I'm going to work on trying to remember it. I should probably try to come up with something. Like, you know how people be having like the little memory walls and stuff where they write down, like, what God's done. I probably need to do something like that, or a journal or something that's in front of me so I can remember the things that he's done for those moments where I feel like he's not doing what I want him to do. Because that's the problem. It's like we want him to do what we want him to do. And he like, that ain't how that work, boo-boo. And you can throw a tantrum all you want. But at the end of the day, I'm going to do what I want to do. And so, yeah. I don't know how to do an intro or outro. So, bye, guys.